welcome on board. This is Anisha here. Today I'm going to make you guys meet someone special who's actually the one responsible for bringing all of these colleges to accept NMAT. So let's ask him about some internal secrets about NMAT exam.
And people ask me that why you're getting into education sector. So my one answer to them was A, it's a sunshine sector, and B, you always remain close to young people, like people who are watching this.
NMAT is accepted by more than 50 colleges in India.
So I could not find n number of guides or mentors who can tell me what to do, what not to do, how to pursue a career. Thanks to Cat King, we have a lot of mentors. There are ways of getting into these colleges, and 99.99% ways are through an entrance test. Imagine your that day is not good.
Hi everyone, welcome on board. This is Anisha here. Today I'm going to make you guys meet someone special. We've always been talking about should I take NMAT or not? And one of the reasons, if you've seen the videos, I always tell you guys, NMAT is accepted by more than 50 colleges in India. So you have many options to choose after taking the NMAT and the colleges. So we have Akash sir here on board from the GMAT team, who's actually the one responsible for bringing all of these colleges to accept NMAT. So let's ask him about some internal secrets about NMAT exam. What do colleges look for, and how do you guys make the most use of the NMAT exam? Thank you so much, Akash sir, for coming on board.
Thank you, Anisha. Hi, everyone.
Lovely. So, sir, before we go ahead and talk about the NMAT exam, tell us your life journey. What made you, pursue your career, work with institutes like an ISB, IMI, you've studied at IIM Calcutta, and now you take care of so many colleges. So, how has your life journey been?
Oh, thank you so much, Anisha, for this lovely introduction and asking me this question, which is very close to my heart. And I remember when my first journey started, and I used to be with Bajaj Capital's education wing at that time, and people asked me that why you're getting into education sector. It's a sector usually pursued by people who are elderly. So my one answer to them was A, it's a sunshine sector, and B, you always remain close to young people,
Yes.
like people who are watching this. So I always wanted to remain close to young people, feel young, and definitely guide them. And another thing that drove this decision was when I was young like them, I could not find n number of guides or mentors who can tell me what to do, what not to do,
True.
how to pursue a career. But thankfully, in the present day, and thanks to Cat King, we have a lot of mentors. So yes.
Absolutely. I think, sir, there's a lot of information, lot of mentors, and we always tell कि वो गुरु चुनो जो जिससे ले जुड़ जाए and आप पर सीखो. Follow them, and that's something which is very, very true. And like you said, sir, like he's talking about guiding and mentoring students. Why do you think students should take the NMAT exam?
Absolutely. So thank you for asking this. I think one very important decision that you make in your career is which school you are going to, which program you want to apply to, and for that, what is the way you select, what is the way you choose. Now, when you look at the Indian ecosystem of education colleges, there are ways of getting into these colleges, and 99.99% ways are through an entrance test. It could be an NMAT, it could be a ZAT, it could be a CAT, it could be an ATMA, it could be whatever it is. It could be a college's own test even. Interestingly, most of these tests and respectable tests, they take place on a one day in 1 year.
Yeah.
Imagine your that day is not good. Imagine you start that day with a lot of stress, and that's a fact because you have a lot of peer pressure. You have pressure from your social circle, you have pressure from your faculty, you have performance pressure, and probably you are not able to give your best on that particular day. Anxiety, it happens to all of us, it happens to me. Now, what will you do? Will you waste another year? Will you put in effort for another year? Or you will make a compromise and go to any other school which you never wanted to be in. NMAT gives you a flexibility. You can schedule your test at a date of your choice, number one. Not only schedule, you can reschedule your test within a given time frame at a date of your choice.
Like I always tell you, it is the only exam which is based on your capability. So I've been training students for NMAT for the last 10 years, sir.
Yep.
And, you know,
And you're an NMAT topper yourself.
absolutely.
So, guys, you are hearing it from the horse's mouth.
That, thank you so much for that. But, it's actually very true. See, all the other exams, there's a fixed paper. You are in slot 1, slot 2, whichever, you will get the questions which everybody is getting. Here, you're getting questions because it's an adaptive exam based on what you are able to solve. So, if you're not able to solve the toughest questions and the difficult ones, instead of making your paper go bad entirely, you will get moderate level questions. Of course, the scaling may score thoda kam hoga, but thoda hi kam hoga na, not totally wrong by with everything going for a toss. So that's a very good thing. So you will see majority of the times after the exam when people get out, there are happy faces because you did not face disastrous questions. So that's, I think, sir, a very good thing.
Absolutely, absolutely, and thanks for highlighting it. And I think that's where I think the confidence of the students go up
Yes.
when they understand that why they should take. I mean, any assessment that you take, you decide to take any assessment for that matter. Please go deep inside what is that assessment all about. How is that assessment helping the school to make a decision? How is that assessment helping you get into a program of your choice? So these are some of those nitty-gritties that Anisha is going to highlight, and definitely I'm going to support Anisha in terms of if she forgets something, and she's going to support me. So
Absolutely.
definitely, guys.
Absolutely. So, for students, if you are still here in conversation, we are talking about why taking the NMAT exam and how Akash gets all the colleges on board. So, like, sir, we spoke about like NMAT, so many reasons to take, and it's genuinely, I would say, a student-friendly exam.
Yes.
So now that's one aspect of it. Now, when we talk about how do you think, why are the B schools accepting it? How is the NMAT exam showcasing that I'm ready for an MBA?
Okay. So first thing first, NMAT is NMAT by GMAC. In its totality, it is owned by the GMAC, which is the Graduate Management Admissions Council. We also own and run the GMAT test. So the credibility of a global organization conducting the test, building the test, and managing it from end to end is there. So that's number 1 point, Anisha. Number 2, the NMAT test, if you look at the structure of it, by the way, what is shown as the structure of it tests you on those 3 sections, which are pretty well known. But what also gets tested and why schools trust the test, and now the list is 59, by the way, and it will increase, let me tell you. And there are some good schools which you will see on the list.
Awesome.
So, A, the time management skills, B, the strategy, and C, how do you perform under pressure? These are the 3 underlying skill sets that the NMAT tests you on, and that's why the schools look at NMAT as an assessment. Is that answer sufficient, or should I
think it
elaborate
helps.
all of
I
it?
think that really helps understand. But from the strategy front, I think for the students who are not yet sure of your NMAT, should I take or not, yeah, karna chahiye ki nahi. The strategy is not based on the questions, like selection of questions. It is on your overall selection of which section are you the best. How do you
Correct.
start? Should I start with quants, verbal, or LR, or try out certain different strategies? You can play your hands on, figure it out, and that helps you. And that's, I think, a very good advantage. No exam gives you
Absolutely,
that.
absolutely.
So that's a really nice thing. I would
Absolutely. You need to manage your time. There's few minutes and a few seconds available to you to answer all of the questions. So the admissions team knows if you've had a particular score, you've managed your time well. The admissions team knows that if you've had a particular score, how well you've performed in that section, how well you've performed under pressure.
Yeah.
And please do note it. These are 3 key skill sets that any corporate recruiter will also look at you for. Performance under pressure, every corporate wants that. Time management, every corporate wants that. Strategy, every corporate needs it.
But sir, for example, tough question, but a lot of things happened which didn't go in favor for students last year. There were, cancellation of test centers from security reasons. There were scores cancelled. Why do you think, sir, that happened? Or what was the reason for doing that?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for bringing this up. I think for a test to be considered by some of the best and the leading B schools, the credibility of test comes in from the efforts that goes into test security and ensuring the B school that there is no compromise, right? And I think the student community out there is also going to respect that NMAT gives a democratic playing field to all of the students. You would not want, people to compromise on anything. If you're getting a democratic playing field, you should be able to get in a program of your choice.
Yeah.
So that's what drives these decisions. If there's anything which is going hanky panky, absolutely, we are absolutely strict. We are absolutely committed to delivering a world class assessment to our school partners, to all our candidates who have shown trust in the assessment, because it is a democratic playing field. All of them get equal chance and all of them get a fair chance.
I think that's very, very important, sir. It's being fair to the ones who've honestly
Yes.
worked hard, performed on that particular day, and got those good scores
Yes.
instead of the wrong ways. And for students who are listening to us, hard work always pays off, guys. So stick to the right path. It will be taking you a long way in life.
Absolutely.
And I think just to summarize all of these conversations, I think I would say is you should consider giving NMAT for sure. If not your first priority, your second backup exam should be after CAT that you're looking at it. But think from the reasons why you're taking it. And you leverage the biggest advantages that it has. Choose the date you like, choose your own date, day, time, location, where you want to give the exam. And once you sit in the exam center, choose the order of the sections that you like. If you guys have any doubts or any questions with respect to NMAT colleges, cutoffs, feel free to ask those questions to us, and me and Akash sir will be available to answer to
Absolutely.
them in the comment section. And I would genuinely like to say thank you so much, sir. for
Thank you,
making
Anisha.
time and also addressing even the tougher questions, which is very, very rightly to say that it's a fair exam.
It
And
is.
it's always good to be upfront about, what is not acceptable, where ethics have to
Absolutely.
be priority.
And I think on an ending note, I just want to tell this to our audience. Do anything and everything that has a logical conclusion. So whatever you do in your life, do it with a logical conclusion in the end. Because this is your master's degree, and for some of you, it's going to be the terminal degree. So
Absolutely.
make a logical choice. All the best to all of you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Lovely
Anisha.
having this conversation.
Pleasure.
For all of you guys, do like the like button if you like the conversation and drop in the comment section any doubts, any questions in NMAT, how to prepare, strategy, cutoffs, everything will take care of it for you. Thank you so much. All the best. Take care.
Thank you.